Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode for the Coaching Conversations podcast. Now, we are on Stitcher, we are on iTunes, and multiple different channels. Please check us out. Now, one of the things that you'll get out of our podcast episodes is a lot of content, a lot of strategy. It's not fluff, it's not concept, yet we really want you to engage with the content and let us know your feedback. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If there's topics you'd love to have us address, we would love to share them with you. Let us know your impact and let us know your feedback. Welcome to a masterclass in coaching automation. Recently, I think we can all agree that in the coaching space, really the learning and development space, actually the business space, artificial intelligence is all the rage. Let me share with you something that I think we may have passed by, and that's automation. Now, automation is not new. Automating tasks is not new. Think about going to a catalog online and you fill out a form and you'd say, I'd like more information. Subsequently, you get an email right away. We all know that's something called an autoresponder. It's not really a person sending that email. Now, years ago at our company, we had a product called the Coaching Generator, where we could pick times and dates that content would be delivered based on a program or a client's initiative. And we got away from that just due to the fact that the technology was older and it was out of date, and other companies had better technology, so we gravitated to that. Now, when you take the learning and development in the training space, I think we can all agree that training by itself is not enough. We have to reinforce it. In the last 3 months, we have set up automation campaigns, reminding people of the knowledge, prompting them to practice the skills that they need to be successful. We've done this with a sales organization, a customer service organization, and recently we helped an organization create an automated approach and strategy to their employee onboarding program. According to the client, saved them tons and tons of time. Now, what is coaching automation? Let's talk about just a simple example, okay? Let's just take a very simple framework to kind of, for lack of a better description, frame out what coaching automation really can be. Let's think about an employee who's got a lot of talent, yet let's just call him Tim. I'll use myself. And this person's got a negative attitude. They don't work well with others, and they have a lot of talent, and they have professed they'd like to become a leader in the company someday. Now, when you understand someone's motivator, you have a point of leverage. You can use that. Now, we all know if someone has a negative attitude, we always make the mistake, right? We call them in, we say, well, Tim, you got to cut it out or else. And we really think that that's inspired someone to now have a positive attitude. It doesn't work that way. If it worked that way, I wouldn't be in business. So someone who has a negative attitude, for lack of a better description, has been practicing that negative attitude. So what do we need to do? We need to reverse the trends. So we all know that leaders only have so much time. Training departments only have so much access. We have to come to grips with one thing. There's this old cliche, will and skill. We have to go back to the employee. We have to facilitate the choice of willingness. Yet we know our time is fragmented. What if we could automate that process? Okay, so let's say we have somebody go through, let's say, a course in being a good teammate, and it's going to be motivational. It's going to be a course in how to handle conflict, how to inspire other people, whatever it might be. Now, after that course is done, whether it's in person, whether it's online, we all know it's an old statistic. Roughly 80% of what you learn is gone within 14 days if it's not reinforced or applied. We all know that most students will not leave and say, got to go back to the office and meet with my teammates so I can practice my new attitude. We know that's not going to happen. Yet we need to maintain a focus on this endeavor. So let's say, if you have a piece of paper, write this down. What if Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m., this person with a negative attitude named Tim is going to receive an inspirational video. They're going to receive an inspirational video. And one of my favorite videos is by Denzel Washington. I think it's called Denzel Washington. If you look up Broke the Internet, it's a great motivational speech. And he talks about hardship and resilience and, fall down 7 times, get up 8. And he really has a way of capturing you. He's got a great voice. He's got a great cadence to the way he speaks. I wish I had his skills. And this person will receive a video, 2 to 3 minutes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The boss says to this person, Tim, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to get a lesson. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes to complete. I'm going to ask you to take it seriously. I know you want to become a future leader. Your commitment to completing this 6 to 8 minutes a week will be paramount to you becoming a future leader at this company. Now, Tim might say to this boss, what do you mean? No. I just need you to do this. And I want you to do it. And at the end of 30 days, I want you and I to go out to lunch. And we're going to talk about how you felt when you got the videos, how you felt afterwards, and more importantly, what you put into action. So this person gets a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's just call it 30 days. Could take longer than that. To set that up would take less than 20 minutes. For that leader to maintain in the forefront of Tim's mind the choice of negativity and positivity. See, here's the funny thing about this topic. Nobody goes home and their spouse says, honey, how was your day? Nobody says, neutral. I didn't have a feeling all day. We have good days or bad days. We're very manic. We're very, we go from one side to the other. The way people fuel their brains is important. Yet we don't always have time to do it as leaders. We don't always have the accessibility as training and learning and development departments. So this person gets an inspirational video. You can subscribe on Vimeo, YouTube. There's so many challenges, or so many channels, I should say, that provide challenges for people to really possess a positive attitude. You can grab those videos, put it right into a system, and have it automatically sent. I'll get to that here in a few minutes on how to set that up. And all of a sudden, this person, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, gets these lessons. Now, after the lesson, there are questions. And I'd love to have you write this down. There are 3 questions we love to ask that drives self-awareness. See, this person isn't going to change. We have to crack open the door of self-awareness. Then the application of change comes. And the questions are, what did you specifically learn? The second question is, what have you learned about yourself that you are positively committed to improving? It's called a self-actualized question. Number 3, based on what you've learned, what are the actions you're going to take going forward to support this video, to present a positive attitude on a daily basis? Here's the magic sauce. Not only Monday, Wednesday, Friday is this automated, the leader hasn't lifted a finger after this is set up, and it's very easy to set up, by the way. And all of a sudden, this person is being inspired and challenged to think differently 3 times a week. You could even do 5 times a week. It depends on what you're trying to do. Yet they're also answering coaching questions. See, one of the challenges with leaders today, and I defend leaders, is they have so much on their plate right now. To think of good coaching questions in the moment can be difficult. What if you proactively thought of the questions beforehand so it was well structured? That video and coaching question or questions is a coaching session. You are actually coaching that employee without being physically present. The other thing that you can do at the end is something that we call a LAST assessment. LAST stands for learning, action, share, and tell. What did you learn? What actions did you take? Share what you learned, share the actions you took, and T, tell us what you're going to do going forward, which is the ownership and accountability. They can fill out that assessment at the end. Here's the other cool thing. You can embed digital assessments. You can actually see people's responses and answers. Now, how do you do this? There are tools out there that make this so easy. And if you're a leader, or if you're an L&D or training department leader, and you know leaders are struggling with coaching, and you want to combine this with training reinforcement, you can actually make it easy for your leaders. If you know what you want from them, knowledge, send them content. If you know what you want from them skill-wise, remind them of the skills and prompt them to practice with other people. That's the action. You could set this up, and let's say Tim is not the only one. Let's say, Julie, the leader, wants 10 of her employees to go through a team-like endeavor like this, to be really better teammates. If you set it up for one, you can set it up for all 10 people at the same time. You can inspire and motivate people 30, 60, 90 days, setting up in less than 20 minutes. That's coaching automation. The key to coaching automation is you are replacing the conversation with content. The content can be quotes, it can be video, it can be observation, it can be facilitated peer-to-peer discussions or practice sessions. You can set up automation. And the cool thing is the automation tools, I don't know how to say this except it's going to sound crass, they're a dime a dozen. So while we look at artificial intelligence, and we are all for artificial intelligence, by the way, we have our own AI tool. We are not against artificial intelligence. Yet what if we could get our people having their minds fueled every single day, every other day, positively, inspirationally, and then have them answer really well thought out coaching questions. And those coaching questions are put into a repository that positions the leaders to better understand his or her employees and to position them to have really fruitful, targeted, impactful coaching conversations. That's coaching automation. So we use two tools. We use for our automation Active Campaign. We also use for our digital assessments something called JotForms. Very easy to use. So the tools are out there. If this intrigues you, check out our coaching automation course. Check it out. It will completely change the way you look at coaching. It'll completely change the way you look at potentially your training reinforcement endeavors. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagan and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.